Do I really want to wake up?
Oh yeah, sleep is good, I tell you. Go on, Neha, sleep more. And it's not as if you're going to get late for anything, are you? No one cares if you're late. In fact, if you sleep more, you're going to be way more productive.
Don't you want to be more productive? Think about your goals. Remember the time you woke up late, it cascaded through your entire day. You want that to happen again? Plus it's gym day today, isn't it, Neha?
Oh yeah. Do I really want to go to the gym?
Gym, like, do you want to be that boring, Neha, now? Like those people who get up in the morning and go to the gym, who have a healthy breakfast, who live by the lifestyle. Seriously, do you want to be that boring, Neha? Do you?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Being healthy does not make you boring. I mean, think of your objective. You told me your sister's wedding is this month, right? And you wanted to be the best looking bridesmaid. How's that goal coming along? You know what? There's no point talking to you, just forget it.
Does this happen to you too? Always faced with conflicting choices and don't know what to do? This dilemma was explored through a series of studies by Professor Walter Mischel of Stanford University in 1960. These series of studies were known as the marshmallow experiment.
What they did was, this was conducted on a series of children. They brought every child into a room, placed them down in a chair, and gave them a marshmallow. At this point, the researcher made a deal with every kid. They were told that if they didn't eat the marshmallow for 15 minutes, they would get a second marshmallow. Simple choice, right? One treat right now, or two treats in the future. What do you think the kids did? Let's have a look at some interesting numbers on that.
The experiment was conducted across 4 separate studies.
Over 600 children participated.
Of a mean age of 3 to 5 years old.
And the study spanned for 40 years.
Surprisingly, 1/3 of them were able to delay gratification.
But how did these kids who delayed gratification fare later on in life? In their formative years, they were significantly more competent and scored higher grades. As adults, they had a better response against even addictions. Astounding.
Vinod Kamble and Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. Both of them started at the same time under the same coach. Many said that Kamble was way more talented than Sachin. But we all know that this nation chants just one name. Both of them had a choice. While one succumbed to the instant glory and glamour of cricket, the other persevered. And there's a reason why we call this man the God.
I'm sure all of us at some point in our lives have been inspired by Sachin. But how does that help us? How can we apply it? Well, today we have a simple primer for you. Just 3 simple tips, 3 takeaways, 3 action items.
The first thing that you need to do is you start small and you start simple. Don't just jump into the deep end of the pool and start with the scary stuff. Pick something that's simple and definitely doable. And it's this one thing you do day in and day out. Remember, Rome wasn't built in one day. Neither is your success guaranteed in just one try. You have to keep at it. You have to persist.
And when you take these small steps, remember to measure your success. You're going to need more care in the beginning. When you start something new, have many checkpoints. And as the time progresses, you will have cultivated a new habit.
And then you have the proverbial brownie. Treat yourself when you win small. If you have gone to the gym for 1 straight month, go out, buy that dress and flaunt your figure, I tell you, because you deserve it. And this framework also helps in getting rid of the bad habits.
Hey, you know what? I agree with you. So way back in college, I succumbed to peer pressure and I started smoking. But then just last year, when I wanted to run a marathon, that's really when I felt the effects of it. I realized I couldn't even run 5 kilometers without being out of breath. I had to quit. It was hard and I did it gradually, but I did see the results and I did complete that marathon.
Toastmasters and our dear guests, when you go back today, we want you to take a moment and think. What is it that you want to change? What are your dreams? What are your wishes?
And more importantly, are you willing to apply this simple 3-step framework? Because we want you to start simple and start small.
We want you to measure your success.
We want you to reward yourself.
And we want you to delay your gratification.